It's 5:30 p.m. and I've just arrived in the Phuket City bus terminal. It's been a 6-hour trip down from Ranong, so as you can well imagine I'm a bit tired. The only thing I'm really interested in at the moment is finding a room for the night, and I'll put off my exploring of Phuket City until the morning. Luckily, out behind the bus station there was a whole street of guest houses, so I walked along, had a look at the signs, and I picked on this one. And they gave me this very nice king-size spacious double room with an ensuite, satellite television and Wi-Fi for just $17 a night. The following morning I headed off down to the city to see what I could find, and I was overjoyed to discover that my guest house was in the centre of Phuket City. It was only a 2-block walk to Sarim Circle, the geographical centre of Phuket City. Went for a walk off down towards the west, and I discovered the Sarim Road, the main shopping area with its department stores and malls on one side, and on the opposite side of the street, open front shops and markets, dealing in the market manner. I knew I was in the central area of Phuket as far as retail was concerned because I found this fellow, good old Ronald McDonald. And wherever you find Ronald McDonald, you know you're in the busy part of town. After I finished down at the end of the Sarim Street, I wandered back up to the circle and walked the other direction for 2 blocks and found Ratsada Road, another one of the busy centres of Phuket. And on the Ratsada Road it's restaurants, open front shopping, side street markets, and also the Ratsada Road is where you board the BART bus. The BART buses take you to the beaches and the beach resorts, all of which are on the western side of Phuket Island. As a matter of fact, Phuket doesn't have a beach resort in the city area at all. The closest that you're going to get to a beach is down at Phuket Point. And Phuket Point is a large green treed park bordered on 3 sides by small beaches, which on the day I visited were totally uninhabited. Apparently it doesn't get too busy down at Phuket Point. In fact, the only locals that I spotted down in the park were a young couple sitting on a park bench relaxing. She was reading a book and he was playing with his pet dog and pet monkey. Day 3, and I decided to do a little bit more exploring. I hired a taxi and headed off up the Jungle Road on the southern suburb of Shillong to the top of the Buddha Mountain. I was going up to see this bloke, the Big Buddha. Up at the top of the hill where the Buddha lives, the little narrow jungle road spreads out. There's a whole area with a park, car park, and of course the Big Buddha compound. Like many tourist attraction places, when you enter the compound, you walk through the market. Round the back of the market is the temple, and you can make your offerings to Buddha, make a donation to help with the building, or buy a souvenir. And of course, presiding over the entire proceedings is the gentleman himself, 45 metres high, Phuket's Big Buddha. Coming down off the mountain, I stopped in at Wat Shillong. Now this is Phuket's largest and most popular temple. On the ground floor of the Wat Spire is the room of the Golden Buddhas. Usual rules apply for in the temple: no hats, no shoes. Oh, and in this temple they have a little extra rule. Please do not hug the Buddha. Up the Naga staircase to the 2nd floor, and we entered the Marble Buddha room. After leaving the Marble, it's up another staircase onto the balcony, And then you take the last staircase, an outside one, into the alcove, about 2/3 of the way up the spire. A very small area where you can't swing a camera, but you do get a bird's eye view of the smaller temples and the monastery buildings that make up the compound of Wat Shillong. Now, while I was filming this, I kept hearing this sound. Firecrackers. I decided to find out what was going on. Down in the courtyard of the Wat, they have the firecracker cone. When you finish saying your prayer, making your offerings, you can come down to the firecracker cone and buy a string of Feel Good for the Spirit. That's what it's all about. So I invested $3.50 and bought a nice long string of Feel Good for the Spirit. With the help of the elderly gentleman who tended the cone, lit up the wick, stood back, and finished up my day with a smile on my face.